from the jungle suited up. You kicking off against me, hope you ready, get it up. Got me booted up, popping out a Sprinter or a truck. Whole team chasing bags while they chasing us. Calling audible, I read the game, I think it's time to switch. You get hit if I miss, then my teammates got the blitz, yeah. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get this off my chest, though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstated, your thoughts are never everything you want till when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You on the Christ when the breath on the set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm the sick in the head. Come on, come on. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get this off my chest, though. I'm forgetful.
And, Coach, we are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Set. 60 Pittsburgh. I got you, Pop. Hey, Charlie. We got 25 to Mike. I got one. Get it.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Man, I got you. Check 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Hey, Delta. 51's the mic. Five.
2nd and 10. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Hey, 25 to Mike. We'll go 20. 80 weapon. Coming to you. Hey, 25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike. Coming.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this is Cook with a grab. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big third down pickup of 20 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Ready? 10 logo.
25 to Mike.
Let's go. Hey, Haywood.
We got to step it up. At 25 to Mike. We got 25 to Mike. Here we go, Yee. At 25 to Mike. We got 25 to Mike. Let's go.
Now.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
On the double.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Hey, exit.
56. Mike, 56, right there.
General West, lead trip.
Now back to throw. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Bravo.
At 25 to Mike. We got 25 to Mike. Watch the pass. At 25 to Mike. We got 25 to Mike. 3 bucks.
Go.
Here's a 2nd and 7. That's caught. It's Thomas. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Now they'll run. Murray. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Sponge. No. Check three.
Let's go.
They'll run it with Williams. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Greer and the Panthers set to go 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Hey, echo.
56 to Mike, boy. 56. Check 56.
Look at me. Go. 5.
Greer will look to throw on 2nd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got a 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board.
56. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Hey, lock it. Shit. Ready?
McCaffrey following the penalty. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
56, Mike, 56.
Hard.
Check.
Go.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
Now.
Throwing on third down, Greer. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 33.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Leo.
Greer on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Trey Hendrickson showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's Greer now on 2nd down. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
56. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check.
Third down. Here's McCaffrey. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, New Orleans. That's going to be a 103-yard kickoff return. What a run. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
We got this.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check 50, check 50.
Get it.
They fake the handoff, now Greer. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
56, Mike, 56.
Stand.
Drop deep, drop deep. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Fight.
On third down, Greer. He sets to fire deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Second and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, Wahoo! 61, matchbox lights.
He's mine, he's mine, he's mine. Go, Mike 51, Mike 51. It's going to be a long...
Ready?
They'll look to throw. And Thomas has it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Coming, baby, I'm coming, baby.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Looking to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal.
Let's go. Three bud. Share.
Switch. Defense.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Get in the weight room.
Bang. Topper.
On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on third and goal?
Not today.
And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now Lutz for the field goal try. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder.
20-yard attempt.
And Lutz's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Let's go.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
The last play got just a yard. Here's second and 9 from the 26.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. He's coming. Go.
On second down, here's Greer. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Mike 56. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Showing it.
From the gun on third down, Greer. He'll rifle. He's got a man. Complete. 30 yards there. And, of course, the first down as well. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. And for the third time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Rip right.
Now a first down throw, Greer. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off right around the 43. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
On play action, they'll throw. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Hey, Wood.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And Cook has it, left side. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Set, ready, 50, plant.
Right there, 56. Check pass.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at that time, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And 7 yards to go.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey, exit.
56 to Mike, boys. 56.
Greer operating from the gun. He's going to look deep for more. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Right back to him on 1st down. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
70, Indy. Now.
2nd down and inches. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot, of tackles.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Pilot, 64, weak.
They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
A loss of 1 brings up 3rd and 8.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
They'll set up to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Eric Reed, the former LSU Tiger, making the play on the defensive side.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Ready up.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
At the 28-yard line.
Come on.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Check 43. Switch.
Get it.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Break.
22's coming, Mike. Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
5.
Out of the gun, Greer. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Hey, Echo.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
I'm going back to you.
6-6, pull it high. Smooth. Ready.
2nd and 5. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Look at me. Zipper.
Alert 3.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Kill.
Go.
They'll drop the throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his second touchdown on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Hey, seam 6.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
Go on.
SOS.
To throw on 3rd down. Greer. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And the return will stop right around the 25. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Let's go. 18, Gator.
59. Bandit.
To go.
On 1st down, Murray. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Now a handoff here to his running back. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be marked down short of the 1st down, right around the 17. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something
Heads up.
to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
A good solid run there as we head towards the home stretch of this game.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, orbit.
4-7's the mic. 4-7's the mic. Get ready.
On 3rd down, Greer. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
27, Mike. Mike, 27. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check the backer. Check the backer. Check 31. Check 30.
Greystone travel. Ready.
On 1st down, it's Greer. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. On 1st and 10, Greer. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Check nickel. Kill. Check 4.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Maybe one final chance here to make this a bit more respectable as they'll go for it on 4th and goal.
Hey, wahoo!
56 to Mike, boys. 56.
On 4th down, Greer. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.
You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no.